Those are great questions. I really appreciate them. Okay, so let's see here. Next question. I've had interviews where I was asked about my preferred management style or type of leadership I work best with. How can I answer these questions without sounding like it'd be problematic? Boy, my preferences don't lie with a company culture. So this is a very simple uh, answer to give. So if you're an associate, which you probably are asking this, you say, this is what you say. This is a very simple question to answer. You say, I look at my job as an associate to be a soldier and whomever I'm working for, be my general. Whether it's a senior associate or senior, whatever, whomever I am, client, partner, whatever. That's what you do. So you say, I want to be an associate. I look at my job as being an associate to be a soldier and whoever I'm working for to be a general. That's it. So what does that mean? That means that your job is to follow orders and do the best you can for who's ever supervising you. That's your management style. That's the management style of a soldier. That's the management style that you need to come across as having. So your job is to basically say, I will work for you and be your soldier. And I don't really care who's giving me the orders. I'm going to do them the best I can. That's it. So your preferred management style says, my job is just to get along and do well wherever I am. And that's it. So I want to tell you a couple other quick stories. I told these before, but the first recruiters I ever hired, one had been at her previous job for 8 years. The other had been there for 20 years. They came in to work in BCG. The first one stayed like 9 years or whatever, and the next one stayed until she retired, which was 15 or 16 years. So people go into people that are good go into different companies and businesses or law firms, and they are able to acclimate to whatever the culture is. So when those person with 8 years and the one with 20 years started, it was a young company where I didn't know what I was doing managing people. It was growing very fast, and they were able to move from working in a company that was fast growing to one that became established, and then one that, of course, ran into different bumps and things along the way, as all companies do, where things were positive, things were negative. So at the same time that they were there, we had tens, mean 20, 30 recruiters come in and work for 2 years or 1 year, 3 years or 5 years, because and all those people that came in and worked like that had also done the same thing with their careers in working for before I hired. So if I hired someone that had been their last job for a year, they almost always lasted a year. If I hired someone that had been their last job 3 years, it always lasted like 2 to 4. So it's just that's how people are. So if you think about it that way, just my other thing you could say is my parents worked at his job and her job for 25 years. That's how I work. This is how everyone in my family is. You have to give people the impression that your interest is in following direction and doing what people and getting along whatever environment you're in. Answer is helpful. I think it answers your